Today, I'm going to show you some crazy charts. It's going to blow your mind. Come watch. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Da Vinci Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5 here in Dubai. I am so hyped because, well, a lot of things have happened that are positive. For example, for one, finally, we have been verified on Jupiter, which means we have pricing in all the wallets across the board. Oh, phew. It was a pain in the butt, but I got it done, man. It was stressful, but hey, a lot of hard work, a lot of poking the bears here and there, going after this person, that person, and finally it got done. Man, I was not going to stop until we got those pricings set inside your wallets. So now that Satoshis have reached an all-time high, it pumped up all the way to $126,000 for a Bitcoin, but on Satoshi prices, I know it's a little bit different, right? Satoshi prices, we have 0.00126, or was our high, which was priced in dollars, right? So that's less than, a penny, and just over, a little bit over one tenth of a penny. Oof, that's crazy. So cheap. You can get still 800 sats for $1. That's why I'm telling you guys, $1, just $1. Put it in, right? Just save your wealth, right? And you're like, okay, cool, awesome, but I don't know how. Good. Well, head over to the school, Bitcoin for Beginners, and we'll teach you how, right? Join it. It's free. We'll be sending out classes, right? I'm going to be sending out 2 classes today. 2. And then I'm going to be sending out classes, as many as I can. 3-minute classes for free. You don't even have to pay. And if you want to pay, you'll get even more. Longer classes, right? So there you go. Okay, let's go on to the charts. But before we do, right, make sure you head over and watch the Daily Hodl Show. It's a live stream that's on my channel. You head over to my channel, get over to lives, and then, because there's a lot of news that we're going to talk about, and you're going to miss all this information, critical information on news on the Daily Hodl Show. So make sure you are actually participating in the Daily Hodl Show and learning about what's going on, or else, you're going to be left behind, right? And I don't want that to happen. Okay. With that said, let's take a look at this price action, right? Let's start with this, right? 8 days up. Nice. Straight days since I launched. Boom. What a timing launch. And I'm so proud of this, that it's going to be one of those things, right? I remember beginning to develop this thing, and I was like, oh, it was a long way. I thought it was going to go a long way to build it, because I was starting to build something that's exactly like TBTC had built, right? And this is why we're backed by TBTC. If you head over here, this is where all the tokens are stored. You can see they're stored in the smart contract. And I wanted to build this first, TBTC, and then similar to this, exactly. Had the same layout and everything, exact same design that they came up with, but they had done it first, right? And I was like, at first I was upset because I was building it, and then I realized, why be upset? They built it exactly to your specifications. It's free. Take advantage of it. So I did, and I started going on to the next phase, which is Satoshis, right? So that's what I was building since December of last year, basically. But now take a look at this uppy move, right? It's getting a little tired, though. You see, told you guys you can't have prices go up in a straight line like this, and so we might be rolling over here, but that's okay. Bitcoin will at the very least, head over to the 128 or the 133, somewhere in between here, before if we see a top, it'll be in this level here. I don't see that happening. I think we're going to go a lot higher than that. But, and I think the target is near the 150-ish area. Unfortunately, not something crazy. But if it gets to something like 400,000, I'm not surprised too much because, hey, you know what? In order for Bitcoin to really go into a bear market, for a sustained bear market, it has to do something absolutely crazy. If it doesn't go crazy, the bear market is just going to be sideways. It'll barely do anything, and it will barely go down. Right? So that would be nice, right? If it only goes to 150, it'll barely go down. Maybe we'll see, 92 or something like that. You're like, barely go down? That's not barely. That's 1/3 of my money. No way. No way am I going to put money in that. Yeah, well, we've seen worse, guys. So we've seen 80% drawdowns, right? I even saw a 90% drawdown, actually, from bottom to top, right? So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? It's not that big of a deal because when Bitcoin draws down and is volatile, it means that you're going to have significant upside because of Bitcoin's nature, right? That's how it works, right? So, looking at other cryptos like Ethereum, you can see there is a rising wedge here. And so we're going to basically break out. You're like, wait a minute. What about this part? This was painting the tape. This was BS, right? So how do I know? Look back. Oh, yeah. Bastards, right? So they basically painted the tape, broke this down to tell you to get out, and then pumped it right back up. So, yeah, it was a bunch of BS trying to get to liquidate as much people, and then off we went. So this means a huge breakout, massive, colossal breakout that will take us, let's see here. Oof, damn. That's scary. I think we'll end up, let's just take it from this point to this point and be a little bit more conservative. We'll end up over here. We're just like in the crazy zone, right? Near, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not that crazy, but $7,000. That's the target on the breakout. So yeah, that's where we're headed for Ethereum. Looking at Solana again, this is a bearish pattern, right? You can see that it is a rising wedge, but it's okay because bearish patterns can fail, right? And since everything's in October, it probably is going to fail. And so it's going to break out. And when it breaks out, well, let's just take a look at it daily, see where we can head up. Ooh, wow. Jesus. There's a cup and handle here. Oh my. This can get pretty big. Right? And let's just take a conservative approach here, right here. Oof. Damn. Yeah, $400. Boom. $400 is the target for Solana. Yeah. So yeah, get some Solana, right? Maybe then when you get some Solana, also get some tSAT, right? Since you're on the Solana blockchain, and hodl Bitcoin, right? You can hodl some Bitcoin. I would suggest with the tSAT, I kept the number of tokens limited. The reason why is I don't want you on Solana or other chains. You should actually go to the Bitcoin chain. So once you've saved up enough and you feel that, hey, you know what, I want to get Bitcoin, you should go ahead and do that, right? And not hold on to tSATs. That's the point is for allowing people who have very limited funds to save up so they can feel like they can go and switch to an actual Bitcoin. That's what it's about. So use it for that, not for anything else. And I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.